Hello everyone, and welcome to the Thursday video, and welcome to part 2 of this bins and thrifting haul that I have for you guys. So if you remember last week, or if you missed it, last Thursday I started off this haul, and I started off by showing you the absolutely ridiculously insane, amazing things that I found at Unique, the thrift store that is owned by Savers, but is basically the same thing. If you missed that, you might want to go watch it because I found some just like jaw-dropping amazing things. But I also at the end of that video started off my bins haul that pertains to the family bins bash that I had with my mother Debbie and my brother Evan last Tuesday. We are here to finish that today, and I have a lot of really good stuff to show you guys. Last time I showed you the shoes, the couple of other things like a bag and like a bra and a hat, and then I also showed you the pants and the bottoms that I found. So today we have all of the tops, all of the jackets, all of the dresses, all of the shirts, tees, sweatshirts, all that type of stuff to go through. So I've got quite a bit, and like I said, it's a bunch of really good stuff too. I hope you're excited. We are just gonna jump right into it and get through the stuff. I have a full IKEA bag, so there's a lot. So let's just start. I'm gonna start off with the stuff that's in my like deep wash pile. And like I said last week, I always make a pile that's like, don't just wash this, like spot treat it, grease treat it, stain treat it. Needs like some more oomph to it. And we're gonna start with the stuff that's in that pile. I have all of this listed, except maybe not some of this stuff in the deep wash section. But at this point when you're seeing this, it might be. So if you're interested, just go check. First up is this tacky, graphic, maybe glow-in-the-dark Halloween t-shirt. So it is actually like a giant skull, and it is made up of like a Grim Reaper, a regular skeleton, a spooky house in the background, a spooky fence, some bats, and all that type of stuff. Of course, I always pick up this stuff, especially around Halloween season, to sell. It always does so good for me. This is a size small. Next up is this really cute mock neck, very classic sweater. So if you remember from the trend report, like norm core or just like regular plain sweaters are really popular, especially like mock neck kinds of a single color. And this sweater is by BDG, which is of course Urban Outfitters. It's a size small, but it's very oversized for being a size small. I almost am like, is this a men's? But this sweater is actually quite current one. I can tell by this tag. It is a cotton and acrylic blend. It just, I think, has some, so it's probably a female's. It has some makeup around the neck, so I need to clean this, and then I will get it posted. Next up is one of my favorite, most exciting finds, I believe. Honestly, I don't know. There's a lot of good stuff. This is a collaboration that I kind of knew existed, but I thought that it was just shoes. I did show you guys this in the thrift with me, but not that well. It is New Balance and Stout. And like I said, I knew they made sneakers together, but I didn't know they made anything else. So this is a really long button, kind of like polo shirt. It is a woman's. I don't think they made any men's pieces. On the arm, it says New Balance and Stout. It's an extra small. Stout is like a really expensive, very, very trendy brand. And then New Balance is honestly really, really trendy right now too, along with like Reebok and stuff. But this is super nice. Has like the slightest kind of like fuzziness. I need to like I did lint roll this, and now the pug hair is already going back on it. There's some slight just like fuzziness right there. So I gotta just clean her up a little bit more. Then we have an Anthropology piece, and I think I've actually had this before. It's by the brand Harlan, which is kind of a newer anthro brand, at least in my mind. This is a size small, and it's this really nice, like, flowy bohemian lace blouse made of cotton. Super nice, kind of like cottagecore-esque. This needs to be bleached, honestly. It just has some like minor discoloration. There's nothing like awful standout bad to it. I just can tell that it should be bleached. So I'm gonna bleach that before I list it. Then we have a Free People piece. And this is Free People size large. And this is a really cute pink plaid, almost rails looking, but it feels more like a linen, just like button-up shirt. This could go in the bleach pile too, possibly. There's once again just like a few spots that are lightly discolored. I think it was kind of like in an elbow. Yeah, like she might have rested her elbow on dirt. I don't know. Or else, I don't remember where else I saw spots. There's nothing too bad. Oh, there's like one in the front, like she might have like dropped a little coffee on herself. But that just needs some deeper cleaning up. And then the last piece from my like deep clean pile is Anthro in I did show this in the video. I love this. This is another one of my favorite finds. This is Moth by Anthro. This is a size small. And it's this like cream sweater with these tropical botanicals and tropical foliage all over it. And then on the other side, there is a big old like parrot with more tropical flowers and stuff. This thing is so freaking cute. It just has some discoloration around the neck. So I'm just gonna clean this a little bit better and then get it listed. This is so adorable. And I think it like ties at the waist, but I was pumped to find that. Speaking of things I was really pumped to find, let's move on to the stuff that has no flaws and is clean and scrubbed and fixed up already. First up, we will do the two Patagonias. You may remember these two from the Thrift with us, and they were in rough shape. They needed literally hours of depilling. I depilled each of these for at least an hour a piece, but it paid off because they look fantastic now, if I do say so myself. This first one is a better sweater. And that sweater looks a lot better now. In this like dark gray color. It's got the logo at the front. It's quarter zip. And this is a size medium. I believe it's a men's size medium, but I don't know. If I'm gonna find Patagonia, I wanna find chinchillas and I wanna find better sweaters. So I found a better sweater and I found a chinchilla. And this chinchilla is a really fun like color block. Again, look, if you guys remember how bad a shape these were in when I found them, these things look great. Again, if I do say so myself. So this one's like a quarter snap, like the chinchillas usually are, with these like salmon details to it. This is a size large. This is also men's, but there it says chinchilla. And I think this is really nice. Ryan wanted to steal this, but usually I'll let him take anything that he wants. But there's always like a couple things where I'm like, okay, but not that. This, I almost want to take from myself. We'll see if it doesn't sell. So it's Wilson's leather, vintage leather jacket. It's a size large. This freaking thing is so like structured, like thick, really, really nice leather. It's like a pebbled leather, which I don't feel like you see on the leather jackets a lot. Usually they're like smooth, which I really love the like smooth leather jackets too. But this one is just like, it's heavy. So I did kind of take a risk getting it because the prices at the bins went up and this is decently heavy, but it is so nice. I also don't even know if I've ever found a leather jacket at the bins in this good a shape. Like this person wore this once or twice. There's no like closet smell. It just smells like leather, sounds like leather, looks like leather, must be a leather jacket. This thing's nice. And the evil little voice in my head as I'm showing this is like,
you can just try it on at least after you're done filming.
It is posted right now, so snatch it before I do decide to keep it. Next up, we have a L'Agence piece, which is of course a very expensive brand. And this is L'Agence size small. It's a pretty basic, just kind of like ribbed top, knit top with the buttons at the front. Though, for this fall, these kind of just basics are very in. So I thought I would sell this myself versus like consign it. They retail for like 160. I'll list it for like 40. Not very high. Then we have a Lulu's piece, which is not a brand that I really like to pick up at all, ever. Lulu's, size extra large, so it is a good size. And it's really good for the season. So this is a trench coat. It's an open front trench coat, but it's even got the like straps at the arms. It's got the like straps at the shoulders and a little bit of shoulder padding. And it was supposed to have a belt, but it didn't have one when I found it. So at the bins, I actually grabbed this like vintage leather belt. And I think that looks kind of chic. Like it's really not showing up well when I'm showing this right now. But if you go look at the picture that I took on Posh, just trust me, it looks kind of good. Yeah. Also, you know the Lulu's belt would have been like threads all over the place, thin, like black polyester. So like a vintage leather belt is probably going to hold up better anyways. Then we have this funky dunky trick trunky and spunky Anthropologie top. This is like a tube top, I have come to find out. It's a ruffled tube top and it does tie. Hopefully you can kind of get the picture of what this is. Tube top. Anthropologie says small. I do have the model picture on Posh if you really want to see what that looks like. It took me forever to find it, like forever. It's kind of annoying. Then we have another vintage piece, and sweater vests are super in right now. And when I sell vintage, I like it to be either cottage or academia. And this is such an academia sweater vest. It's actually almost like wool pants or wool blazer textured to the front with that like gray and multicolor speckle kind of fabric. The collar and armholes and hem are all like a ribbed black wool, and it just says professionally dry clean, steam lightly. It's really, really nice wool. There's no brand or anything. I would say it's a men's large, so I'm gonna list it as a woman's extra large. People are just like wearing them over like shirts, like button-up shirts now. Not that that's a new thing, but that's like what's trendy. Then we have an Athleta piece. This is a size medium Athleta. And this is actually a merino wool blend, ribbed, navy blue striped sweater. Super freaking nice. A more modern piece from Athleta, and obviously pretty decent for the season, being a wool blend. Then, this is a brand that I don't usually sell, but I found like, oh my gosh, I found like a bin just filled with like good fall loft pieces. And this is the one that I chose to sell myself. The rest are all going to the consignment store because they will do great there. So it was a great bin because I love to just get a lot for the consignment store if I can. So it's loft size medium. And this is this stunningly adorable V-neck chunky plush plaid like blush pink balloon sleeve sweater. So cute. I had to list this myself, and I'm sure it'll do good. Again, it's loft, so I'm just not gonna market high, but it's like from 2022. I had to. Then we have a more vintage Anthropologie piece. So this is by the really old Anthro brand HWR. And I feel like that used to be kind of their like knits and sweaters brand. Like it was like Sleeping on Snow and HWR, but they have not made an HWR piece for a while. So this is a cardigan, a multicolor, I can tell it's wool cardigan. It does kind of have flared sleeves. They're not like ultra flare, but they definitely are slightly. And it's just this open cardigan. Kind of like a yarn, chunkier knit to it. There's no size, but I'd say it's like a small. I feel like that could do good. Sometimes the older Anthro pieces, especially if they're very seasonal, can do decent. Then we have this really cute dress. I knew right when I found it that this would be basically what it is. I did know what it was just by like the print and the style. I was like, this has to be J. Crew, even though the label is totally removed. I was like, this gives me J. Crew vibes. And I almost thought it could be like Liberty London, because like, look at this print, which I love to sell the J. Crew pieces that even just look like Liberty London. They seem to do really good. But this is a mini dress from J. Crew. It's a newer piece because it has that like reimagined J. Crew tag. And unfortunately, they don't put the size down in this tag, but it's from 2022. And based on like measuring it, it's about a large. It's a mini dress. But I would say it's a large. It has a ton of like stretch in the back here. It's a really, really soft fabric. And I just like love this print. Look at that. So cute. I love the green and blue colors. Adorable. Next up is something I'm going to give a shot. Otherwise, like this will do great at the consignment store. I would have in the past got this for ThredUp, but ThredUp is terrible now. So this is a windbreaker. And it's this like blue, black, floral print hoodie. It's got the like drawstring at the waist. So I think it's like a, is that anorak? I think, or parka. Anorak? I don't know. But it's got pockets and everything. And this is actually from White House Black Market. White House Black Market has such high retail for being at the mall, but the resale just like doesn't follow through for some reason. So size medium. And I can tell that's the newer label. I don't know. Sure. We'll give it a shot. It's seasonal. Otherwise, I don't think I'm ever going to put that in inventory. Because if it's been a couple weeks and it hasn't sold, I'm just going to be like, bye. Here you go, turnstile. Have fun. Then, I did show this in the video. Oh my gosh, look at how Y2K this is. This thing is so cute, so Y2K, so like 80s, 90s prom or homecoming. It's this ruched, almost like lime green satin mini dress. I just can't get over how cute this is. It's in really, really good shape. It's by the brand Jessica McClintock, which of course is the maker of Gunny Sacks. And it's odd because like Gunny Sacks does amazing, Jessica McClintock does not really. I mean, it can, but not always. The only flaw with this is at the top hem, there's a split, which for someone that sews, this would probably be so easy to just like stitch back up. But since this is not like some $1,000 gown, it's not worth me going to get fixed, and I cannot fix it with my sewing powers. I'm just gonna list it as is. This thing is too gorgeous to skip. Yeah. Ryan was probably pretty jealous when I showed him that. Then we have an anthro piece, which when I saw this, I definitely didn't think that this would be anthro. I thought maybe it'd be Madewell, or I thought that this could also be like J. Crew or possibly like Banana Republic. But it's a newer moth anthro piece. There we go. It's a size small. And it's really, really cute though. Like, I'm not mad that it's anthro. This is adorable. It's like a sweater jacket. It's got pockets. It's got the window pane. So good for the season. So cute. And also, like I said, it's the newer label, which I love. Then, this is my weird random thing I was just trying. But look at how cute it is. Just based on style. Look at how freaking cute this thing is. And this is a Sherpa by the brand LA Hearts, which Ryan told me is PacSun. I couldn't remember if LA Hearts was sometimes at Urban Outfitters or if it was PacSun, but apparently this is from PacSun. So at first I thought it was Love Tree, which Love Tree is like rag stock and like garbage. But LA Hearts apparently is PacSun. So I wouldn't mind like this. Oh, which I'm just totally not saying what I was gonna say. This is sold, actually, already. It only sold for $15. Because I didn't know what I had. When I thought it was Love Tree and Ryan was like, that's worthless, I was like, oh, dang. But then when he said it was PacSun, I was like, oh, I should have taken more than $15 for this. But you know what? It's okay. So next up, this is a decently expensive brand, and it's a really, really cute t-shirt. So this is actually the brand name, Saturday's New York. This is just a graphic tee of their brand name, but here's the label. These t-shirts are like $70, which of course for a t-shirt is pretty pricey. This is a size large. I really don't know much about this brand. I just had heard of it and I knew it was like decently expensive. This feels like a very luxurious t-shirt. I own multiple like nice t-shirts and this feels like a very high-end one. I think it's women's size large. But also this graphic is really well stamped in. Like this is not going to peel off or anything. And it's in really good shape too. Next up, I think this is the last thing that's actually sold. Because I don't mean to just show you guys stuff that like isn't available at all. This is a cashmere blue teal sweater. So freaking soft. And I have come to find out that I love to pick up and sell J. Crew cashmere. So this is J. Crew. It's got this like weird blue label. It says 100% cashmere, size small. If you remember, it was 2 What Sold Saturdays ago. I sold a J. Crew collection, like vintage cashmere baby tee sweater. It sold so fast. It only took like a day or 2 days. This one, well, first off, I was really confused by the label, but I was gonna try it anyways because this looks like a really old label, like a 2008 or something label. But again, I was gonna try it anyways. The other one I had was vintage, so I was like, sure. Come to find out, this is weirdly a 2021 sweater. So never trust a J. Crew label anymore. Sometimes they still use the black label, which was supposed to be retired. The cursive one was supposed to be the new label, and usually it is, but they don't use that all the time. Mercantile is newer, but that's the outlet. Just look at the date. Don't go based off of just the label. But they also do like the good cashmere promise and all that stuff. This is already sold, as you guys probably know, because actually I'm filming this before the last What's Sold Saturday, so you guys know that this is sold anyways. Then I suddenly have been finding this brand all the time. This is a carbon to cobalt piece, even though it's actually been selling for me a lot better lately than it had before. This is a size medium, and it is a men's medium, and it's just this plaid shirt. I didn't notice when I picked it up, but the bottom button is actually missing, though I don't feel that that would affect like the wear in any way. Really nice colors, gives me like fall leaf colors, like barn. This would be a really good pumpkin patch or like apple orchard flannel. Then I did show you guys this, and this is that vest I was gonna give to Ryan. He still probably will end up getting it if it doesn't sell for me. It's by a brand called Attitudes. It's vintage. This is a size medium, made in the USA, and the fun part to this is the print. It has like women in like swimsuits and palm trees, and it says nice all over it. It's very like 60s in my opinion, but of course vests have been so in lately that I decided that I should just like at least give it a shot. Then we have this vest. And if you can't tell, this one makes me kind of happy. So this vest is by Basic Editions, and it's a large. And this is a woman's large. It's actually kind of like a cropped-ish fit, even though it's not a petite. Because I did try it on, because usually I could fit into a woman's large, but it's pretty short. But it has jack-o'-lanterns, stars, fall leaves, candy corn, all kinds of fun Halloween graphics to it. Of course, this is the perfect season to find this, though I would pick something like this up all year round easily. I am fairly certain it was supposed to have buttons because there are buttonholes, but there are no buttons because this is where they should be. So I don't know what happened to them, but they must have been cut off. But honestly, that doesn't really bother me. I would have picked it up either way. Then we have another piece that I found with that vest, actually. And this I did show you guys as well. This is a Pendleton piece. It's a great size. It's a size 18. And this is a green, almost like a bomber jacket. It's a full zip at the front, though it doesn't have like bomber jacket cuffs to it. But this is 100% virgin wool. It is lined though, so you're not going to get like all itchy from it. Made in the USA, so nice. There's where it says 100% virgin wool. There's like just a couple itsy bitsy teensy weensy little like snags at the front bottom. Nothing bad. My big concern usually with like wool and Pendleton obviously is more like moth holes. So the fact that there were none, fine with me. Then we have an H&M piece. Don't chase me with pitchforks and torches now. H&M. It's a relaxed fit, size large. This is actually a men's. But again, I was just thinking like seasonally, it's corduroy. And it's this nice like pea green kind of color. I was just thinking seasonally. And I think this is nice. It's very thick, very structured. I know that it's obviously not going to go for much. But I could see it going quickly. Hopefully. It wasn't very heavy either. Maybe I paid like $2. It's probably like a pound. Then we have that swimsuit. So I showed you guys like the pattern of this swimsuit in the video, but I didn't show you what it was. So it's this one piece twist top swimsuit, and it has this like keyhole at the front. It's kind of like cheeky. It's very like high rise at the sides. And I don't really like swim, but this is an airy swimsuit, one piece full coverage. Size large. Honestly, what sold me is the print. It's so like 80s speckly tiger print. I thought it was really adorable. So yeah, we're gonna give that a shot. Does it have a year? I didn't even know that it had this tag. I thought swimsuits usually didn't. 2022, even more reason to pick it up. I think this could do good. And it's like new. No spots or stains, if you know what I'm saying. Then we have a vintage blazer, and this is so cute. So it is this structured, really thick, heavy-duty wool vintage blazer in this like striped colorway pattern. Pockets at the front, the open pockets without the flaps. And it's a really, really great size. As I said in the last video with the YSL blazer, like when you find blazers, they're always just like very large men's sizes. And so they're just like way too large to sell as a women's, and they wouldn't fit me, so I can't get them for myself. They're just kind of like, they don't work for trying to pick up and resell decently quick. But this one, I assume was originally, this is a women's based on where the buttons are. And I would say this is like a women's like large or medium. It's a great size. And just look at the color. It's so fall. I love the stripes. And there are some light splitting spots at the top of the lining, but nothing is ripped or anything. No moth holes, no pilling. This is adorable. Such a good academia fall piece. Oh, by the way, there's no brand and no size in that. I'm just guessing on all that. And for my last piece. So this is once again another really good vintage academia fall piece. And this thing is funky. And once again, it has no label, no size, no brand. It just says dry clean only. And it says that it was made by a union. So I think it's from like the 80s. This freaking thing is a double-breasted, collared, oops, button is slipping in, collared wool blazer bomber varsity jacket thing. I have never seen something like this. This gives me like bomber, how it has this stretchy ribbed like sweater bottom to it. But it looks like a blazer, obviously, with the double breasting and the collar and everything like that. But then it also gives me like varsity jacket with these like thick wool sleeves, but then I'm getting bomber again at the cuff. And these sleeves are like balloon puff pleated. This thing is so intriguing and so odd, but so cool. I've never seen something like this. I think it's really unique, really cool. Every single part of it is like a different kind of wool. Like this is more of a tweed. This is more of like a structured, like classic wool. And then this is like a sweater wool. But it's all wool. You can tell, trust me. Though once again, we have a lining, so you're not gonna get itchy. I just am obsessed with this thing. There's no size in it. It probably feels like a men's large, women's extra large. I gotta do more research, but I think that thing is just so cool. So, oh my gosh, I just filmed both parts of this haul, so I'm getting like dry throat and I'm like stumbling over my words. I hope you guys enjoyed this haul. Let me know what was your favorite thing from this part of the haul. And yeah, was this not a good bins haul? I think this was really good. Honestly, when I was there, I was just like, this isn't that good. And then by the end, I was like, okay, that was like pretty good. Let me know what your favorite thing was I found. Let me know anything interesting that you have thrifted in the past week. And once again, like last week, tomorrow, Ryan and I have a weekly vlog going up on the second channel for part of Vlogoween. But otherwise, Ryan and I will be back on Saturday for a What Sold Saturday. I will see you then. I'm gonna go get some water or some coffee or literally anything. And I'll see you when I see you next. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.